We are here today to announce that the Justice Department has secured felony guilty pleas from the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance.
Actually, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Largest virtual.
Binance.
Binance. And let me be clear. It's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we have to go over a couple of very important news, and we are so back. Bitcoin has pumped over $10,000 in the means of 1 week, and we are above $64,000 at the moment. So this is really good. And there are a couple of reasons for it, other than Donald Trump avoiding his assassination. There are other reasons for it, and we are going to go into them. And then we are also going to look at the market, a little bit at other coins, how they are performing in the face of Bitcoin going up. And we are going to look at Ecomi and Veve, also a little bit at the development, a little bit at whales that are stacking collectibles like crazy. We are going to look at the latest drops, also the drop numbers, and it's going to be interesting. And obviously we are going to answer all of your questions, so let's jump right into it. So, good morning to all of you. Where is my cam? Can it please load my cam? What happened? Oh, there we go. Took a little bit longer. So I see a lot of action is already in the chat, and it starts here with MVE. Good morning, PH. Casper is the way, says MVE. We can look later how Casper is doing, but I believe you said that already many times. Also, Helen Moyam, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. G Money is here. Good morning, bringing us some Bitcoin PogChamp coffee. And Trucking Hank also here. So good morning, my rare hodlers. Patrick Bultman here. The coffee is ready, so let's have a big sip of coffee together before we're jumping into those charts and into the action. Good middle of the night, says Troy Paris. I guess there are some people that it's not the right time for the coffee, but I hope you enjoy it anyways. Chris Klein is here. Hello again. Love the beginning of the show. The green candle part makes me tear up every time, and it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good over the course of the next 1.5 years. We have endured so much, and we will be richly rewarded for it. And this is just the beginning, as I said before. Yes, 12:53 here. Mr. MC1 with the OMI to NFT alpha on Ecomiverse. Ooh, has it already dropped, or will it come? This sounds good. I've not seen that yet. So maybe if you have that alpha, then you drop it here. Maybe. Finished coffee and need another one. That's also good. You see, guys, when we are down at 50,000 and not moving for 4 weeks, then people are very sleepy. But suddenly, you guys are so awake. So yeah, make sure to smash up the like button right now for this stream. We have over 15 people here just in the beginning of the show, and yeah, always love the alpha drop. That is good. So welcome, and let's jump right in. And by the way, thanks to all the rare hodlers that are sponsoring this that were on the screen. So this channel is sponsored by the rare hodlers and no one else. So yeah, I said in the beginning, we're so back. This is the right meme for us, the word right now. And crypto bros are like, hey guys, we're so back. I'm drinking coffee right now and it's almost 1 a.m. here. Well, I mean, there are some people that can drink, especially Italians, I think. They can drink coffee at every time of the day, and apparently they can sleep like normal people. I cannot. If I drink coffee in the evening, I'm guaranteed to not be able to sleep. Then I can just browse crypto all day and yeah, not do anything else. Okay, so here we go. We have ourselves, so we're retracing at the moment a little bit, so not 64K anymore, but we have ourselves a higher high here, which is really good, right? You see that from here to here. In case that we form a higher low, then we give ourselves a short to medium term uptrend here again. And I think this is very bullish that we kind of took this out, this level, right? That we took this level out, and maybe that is also a level where we want to redraw. Let me refresh here because the line is just bouncing weirdly, and maybe that gets better if I refresh. Or maybe it's just too many lines. But yeah, so we could, the best thing that could happen to us is to retest on top of this 63K and then continue our upward trajectory. And there is a lot of argument to that. We have, yeah, the line is still bouncing, sorry for that. Yeah, so in the chat, Alpha's dropped in the chat. That is good. We're going to discuss it a little bit later. So yeah, if we can get that, that is good. What would be really cool is if we kind of come up here and get to this upper line, right? And then we get rejected one more time and get, I don't know, some lengthened thing. Then you could technically argue with these two touch points that you got yourself a left shoulder, a head, and then a right shoulder. And the longer this takes, the harder the move to the upside will be. Yeah, absolute slingshot move to the upside. So yeah, that would be it. But we will have to, obviously, there's a long way. These are daily candles. There's a long way to it. But the main reason why Bitcoin is pumping right now is, or one of the main reasons is that Larry Fink has just turned in an absolute Bitcoin bull, and he makes no secret of it. And yeah, while you discuss here, let's listen quickly together. This is a 2 and something minute video, but we should listen to this together here.
You have been a leader in willing to embrace crypto. You have made it so that people can be in Bitcoin. We hear that you are thinking about Ethereum. These are incredible things. Now, Blackrock is not known as a gunslinger by any means, so you obviously must believe that this maybe is an alternative. Is this an alternative in order to be able, because of a deficit, maybe something long-term people should have?
Absolutely. As you know, I was a skeptic.
Yes.
I was a proud skeptic. And I studied it, learned about it, and I came away saying, okay, my opinion 5 years ago was wrong. Here's my opinion today. This is what I believe in today. I believe the opportunity today. I believe Bitcoin is legitimate. I'm not trying to say there's not misuses like everything else, but it is a legitimate financial instrument that allows you to have maybe uncorrelated, non-correlated type of returns. I believe it is an instrument that you invest in when you're more frightened, though. It is an instrument when you believe that countries are debasing their currency, debasing their currency by excess deficits, and some countries are. I believe we have countries where you're frightened of your everyday existence, and if you have an opportunity to invest in something that is outside your country's control, then you can have more financial control. And so
one thing in the middle of this, right? I mean, he is very diplomatic with countries debasing their currency and so on, and he is more referring to Argentina and Venezuela and Zimbabwe and I don't know what, these countries with hyperinflation, and Turkey. But to be honest, what he probably wants to say that in every country there is currency debasement, and you should be in that. But he is. We will come to that, Chris, if it's the truth or not, just after this video, but let's listen to the rest of it first.
I'm a major believer that there is a role for Bitcoin in portfolios. I believe you're going to see that as one of the asset classes that we all look at. I look at it as digital gold, as I said before, and I do believe there's a real need for everyone to look at it as one alternative to, I would say, the optimism that I have in the world. If you want to hedge hope, Bitcoin is not an instrument for hope unless you're hopeful you're going to make a lot of money on it. But I look at it as a vehicle in which you're expressing your financial acumen in something that you're more frightened of the world, you're more frightened of your existence. And I believe there's a great industrial use for it. And I think a lot of people are missing that.
I couldn't agree more. I changed my mind.
Okay, so obviously he's referring to the meme in the beginning, right? The world is in shambles, the world is on fire, and if you're frightened, you're supposed to look into Bitcoin. But there is another reason that he is now fully endorsing it. So Blackrock is sitting on a ton of Bitcoin, right? And I don't know how much it is at the moment, but I think it's like 200 or 300,000 maybe already, something like that in Bitcoins. And or is it even more? I have no idea, to be honest. Someone can maybe look that up if you want. Let me just quickly look here for one thing. So let's pull up the calculator. I want to show you something. So this is not where it should be. Here it should be. So let's say so the fees on Blackrock, I think the fees on Blackrock, they are 0.25, something like that, 0.25, right? So you have 500,000 BTC, let's say, and the price goes to 1 million, right? And these are constantly in the ETF because people are hodling, right? So that's the money that is in the ETF, and then you go and have a 0.0025. That's the fee that everyone pays on that thing. So BlackRock is going to earn on, just in case, if it's only 500,000 BTC and if the price is at 1 million. It sounds far away, but it's actually not. Probably it's not, because they are all making this calculation, right? Because they all have their fees. So they would earn $1.25 billion per year just from a 500,000 Bitcoin holding. So meaning that people have that type of money in there to pay these fees. They would earn this every year and they don't have to do anything. So here's what these people, what smart people with the knowledge and the entrepreneurial spirit do. When there is gold rush, they sell shovels. And one way is, like CZ did, to found an exchange and make it viable, and you capitalize on the trading fees on the exchange. And the other way is when there is a new meta like Bitcoin ETFs, then you can just collect fees on the investment of the others. So he says the others are fearful. He is not fearful. He is rich enough. He is not fearful, but others are fearful for the money that they have. And so exactly. So 117 million USD is what they bought today. That is true, but it's about the entire Bitcoin holding. So in ETFs, you don't pay the fee on one transaction. You pay the fee in the ETF. So the ETF has a cost per year and per month, and that is the fee that they will collect. So if you hold your money, if everyone holds their money, like this type of money there and thereabout, like for years, every year they get these 1.25 billion. And that's why they all pushed so hard, pushed the SEC so hard, pushed politicians so hard to come into Bitcoin, right? So, and that's also the reason. I mean, this is serious money. So if you're a whale and have money in ETFs, before you couldn't. So people bought Grayscale Trust because it was trading at the discount compared to the real Bitcoin price. So whales bought the GBTC, but then they converted it into an ETF, and now they have 6 times this fee. So this means that if you have a serious amount of money in it, you have to sell GBTC to get into BlackRock's ETF, because you will lower your fees just by so much, right? So let's say you are like a rich person and you have 10 million in BTC, right? And you have to pay 0.03 per year, 1.3%. I think it's even 1.5%, the fee on GBTC. That's $150,000 per year, right? instead at your 10 million at BlackRock, they are costing you only 25,000. So this explains why everyone has been selling GBTC Trust and moved it into one of the other ETFs, because BlackRock is trustable. It's big enough, so you want to have a big funds volume if you put big serious money in, and it's way cheaper than GBTC. And I don't know why GBTC didn't put their rate down. Probably they want to capitalize on everyone who simply forgot. But that is the strategy behind all of that, and that is why he is so bullish. He is way more bullish on the fees than on the actual. He's also bullish on the actual because he sees that's one of the only ways to escape, and they have a fee on that way to escape. That is the real reason. So the crazy times that we are in, smash up the like button for it, and I think there's, whether he is serious or not doesn't really matter. But we see here the overall ETFs, like all the ETFs together, they bought. Here we see it. They bought 302 million worth of Bitcoin yesterday. So people and institutions through those ETF bought this. And the day before it was 311 million. So you see here, this is more than $500 million in 2 days. Explains why we did pump, right? So, and the reason might not even be like only the assassination attempt and Donald Trump's survival, but the reason might also be that yesterday was Monday and the ETFs were trading after a weekend where into the weekend basically Germany stopped selling and a major FUD did disappear. So there might be just more buying pressure right now out of the ETFs, and if we continue like that, we are back at all-time high in no time. And this into a Bitcoin conference that is happening. I think it's starting in 2 days or so. It's starting in 2 days, and among the speakers is Donald Trump. So it's really lining up like crazy at the moment, right? So hey, good morning, Sven, Luca. What is going on? Your morning gang. Money through times is awesome. To the Ecomi stuff we are going. I will save this up for a little bit later, but I want to quickly go through this because there is more. Like besides the ETFs, also institutions are still buying. So here, this is what he means by fearful. So at the moment, Japanese currency and Japanese economy is not in the best of shapes, and you have Japanese companies that are like a little bit more advanced. So MetaPlanet buys another 200 million yen. Is it yen? Is it yen? Yuan is the Chinese one, right? So Japanese is yen. 200 million worth of Bitcoin. I don't know. That is, where is it? 21,000 Bitcoin, it seems. No, 21.8. Sorry, not 21,000. That would be billions. 21.8 Bitcoin or so. So also these companies, they are also buying. And in a couple of days, there will be this to buy as well. So next Tuesday, which is the, let me see here quickly. Next Tuesday is the 23rd. On the 23rd of July, the first ETFs, be it Ethereum ETFs, will start trading. And So exchange traded funds issuers were told by the SEC that they can start trading on July the 23rd. The SEC had no further comments on recently submitted S1 filings. ETH outperformed BTC on Monday, even though it did well. ETH is up quite a bit, and also is today, we see it up here, just on a quick one, ETH is at 3.4k at the moment, which is doing really, really well. And with that, we should also look at the market, because this news for ETH is generally a good news for the market. Let me quickly add to the layout a little bit more of substance here, 30, 90 a day and 1 year performance. So here we really see it. Let me see if I can move it here. Oh yeah, I should be able to move this to the what do we not need. So we have this in a little bit in the picture. So we don't need liquidity actually. Let me get rid of liquidity, and also market cap is good, chart is good. Okay, maybe let's move the all-time high also. Okay, so there we go. Now it should be visible what the coins of our portfolios are doing. So we see here, what the hell? Why is USDT above? I think something. I clicked something to reorganize. Let's reorganize by market cap. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're jumping. Okay, there we go. So Ethereum is up 10% on the last 90 days, and Bitcoin is still recovering. So ETH is really performing well, but over the course of 1 year, Bitcoin is still leading the charge, and that is where you have your Bitcoin dominance explanation also, right? Bitcoin dominance not yet fallen off a cliff. BNB, Binance chain, is doing also pretty well, and I remember in the bear market everyone was like, oh, Binance chain is the next to collapse. I remember a couple of YouTubers like Crypto Savvy drawing some weird lines in that and explaining why Binance is going to zero. Then also Solana. Solana is going crazy on the year, like 4.5x, really cool stuff. And Solana is doing very well already here on today. So BNB and Solana. So at the moment it seems to be that some altcoins, and look at that, even XRP. I mean, what's crazy is XRP is down on the year. So XRP is really doing not so good yet. Maybe it will come back. It has a huge community, so there's always a means to come back. And they have, I mean, XRP is still on the 30 billion. And look at this gap, right? I mean, you have the top 5 coins. Let's see if I can get rid of stable coins. Can I get rid of stable coins? I don't know, but it doesn't matter also. But if you look at the top 5 coins, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. XRP is in the top 5, and then there's a huge gap in market cap. It's $12 billion gap between Toncoin and XRP, and there's really no reason why Ton and ADA and all the others shouldn't be at this market cap, right? So I think that there is a part of the altcoin space lagging behind, right? And Dogecoin, obviously, where there's a meme coin, you always say if Dogecoin with its community is at 16 billion, every coin with a strong community can reach that market cap, right? So, and then we see here there's another big drop off of almost 5 billion here to Tron. I'm not such a huge fan of Tron, but for example, I like a lot Avalanche, so I think that Avalanche will do very well. It's impressive to see that Polkadot still can hold up well. And then obviously Chainlink is doing quite good already here on the day. Chainlink, I would say that if I had to rank the safest place in the market, I would say it's Bitcoin. And then I'm already not sure if it's like if you should go Ethereum and then Chainlink or Chainlink Ethereum, right? But I'm so bullish on Chainlink, and look at that, Chainlink is only at 8.6 billion. So I think Chainlink can easily easily still do a 10x here from what this project really is, right? Chris Thomas is here. Morning, guys. I think I said that before. Energy is here and saying, I bet on XRP. And Chago Solis is here. Good morning. We have over 20 people here now. So make sure to smash up the like button. If you could get to 50 likes over the course of the next hours or so on this would be really great. So if you're watching this later, please smash this like button up for this stream. I really appreciate it. Let's look a little bit more here. There are a couple of really good projects in here. Near Protocol, I personally don't have that, but think it's good. Matic still very much underwater. So you see this here, Matic really not showing any strength yet. We will see how it does, but also Matic I think could be really going good. And then MVE said it in the beginning, we have Casper. Look, Casper is still up 450%, but the rest of the market caught up. I remember Casper was one of the first to really go crazy, really go nuts, and it's just outside of the top 25. So Casper, $4 billion market cap, has did run like crazy. Uniswap also good. Fetch AI, all of them have lost quite significantly on their gains in this dip, and they have yet to catch up. So let's see also VeChain. VeChain actually has done pretty well so over the last 30 days it's already up. You see a lot of coins are down on the last 30 days, but VeChain is up. And VeChain, I mean, it's only up 61% on the year in comparison to those. It's quite average. IMX also down pretty bad, but VeChain did pump 30% in the last 7 days, so very good performance here out of VeChain. I like that VeChain shows some strength compared to other projects in the top 50 and actually did climb a couple of ranks again. And then also Crow is here. Dog with Hat is still in the top 50. But it's down significantly, and it is interesting because now we're coming to a phase where Bitcoin gets political, where people start talking about the fundamentals of coins, and it could be that this will mark the end of the meme coin craze, and that people actually look at real projects. All that money that is right now in the meme coins, it can flow into the next project if the next narrative hit. Also ICP, I forgot ICP doing pretty well. So yeah, that is that. I think overall that altcoins still have to catch up quite a bit, and we can look at this here. Obviously our Bitcoin dominance is stable. We have looked at Bitcoin dominance yesterday. We can quickly look at it again. So Bitcoin dominance is compressing at the moment. We are expecting a move higher when Bitcoin goes really crazy. Maybe that is already with the Bitcoin conference when Bitcoin dominance is going higher. I know it's hard to wait for this mega drop off. It will come at some point when all altcoins outperform. We have all that. Look, this is what apparently, according to my research, happens every cycle, that people say altcoin season will not happen this time. This time is different, but they also said it here, that altcoin season will not happen, and that was the first altcoin season. So I think it will happen again. I believe it will happen again, and it will be crazy. And this is the same for NFTs. Like yesterday, we had Omi the Clown here on the live stream, like not on the live stream, but in the chat, and he said that he thinks NFTs are not going to have another cycle. So the same narrative like here when people said altcoins will not have another altcoin season is also for NFTs. So I think both will have their cycle. It just takes some time. It can take until the end of the year. It can take until the middle of next year until they really have their cycle. But we're going to move through it together. Now let's talk about Ecomi a little bit as well. Because Ecomi is actually moving with the market now. It's crazy, right? I mean, it's not moving much, right? I mean, it's down really bad, but it's moving with the market in terms of yesterday we were green, we were pumping, and Ecomi actually was also pumping. This is the others chart. Let me quickly. This is always happening when I refresh because I opened the Ecomi chart within the others chart. There we go. So, I mean, It's not much, right? It's not much, but it's honest work. But so far we are trying to get above this, and so far this would be technically a small double bottom here, right? Technically, yeah, not really. I mean, a little bit. It looks like this, right? But we will see how it plays out. It's way too small of a time frame, though. Maybe also this, in a more macro sense, could be a double bottom. But we also thought that there was a base forming up here. So this could be. Overall, it's just the terms of observing, right? Of observing, and we will have to reclaim this, and then we have our first, let's say, positive sign. And I would say if we reclaim this, then we're good. We're already good, right? I would be hesitant to already call anything here right now, just because we have seen this over the course of hundreds of days, that whales just traded this thing back and forth, and now we're under the whale trading range. And yeah, so we have to see how it works. But if the rumor or the teaser is right, that OMI to NFT is around the corner, then we have then we have, I mean, Energy says, yeah, maybe OMI is pumping because of the rumor of OMI to NFT. You know the game, buy the rumor, sell the news. But this is not really a pump. This is a pump, right? These moves are pumps. This is not a pump. This is nothing. Like, look at this. Like, if you see these pumps, that what the 5% that we had here is almost not visible. So it will take a time. I think it will come back. It will perform. Yeah. So let me see here. Wild says how much OMI do you own? I have 4.2 million. I did not add just yet to my bag, and I just held what I have. And percentage-wise, it's fine in my portfolio. But I have the 4.2. Yeah. Jose Junior says descendant triangle going down, I believe. You could also argue. I mean, you probably mean like this small time frame, like it looks more like a symmetrical. But you could also argue that you have this upward sloping, and then this, right, and then you have ascending. You could also, if it continues like this, right? I mean, you can argue many things. The problem here is that the reason why I have these whales in here is that this coin with the volumes so low is driven mostly by whales, right? So every TA is fine and valid until it's not, right? So for example, here we had hundreds of days of technically bullish base forming, right? Of 300, more than a year, right? And you could say, oh my God, this is just such a bullish double bottom here. And now we have the breakout. And at the moment, this breakout happened, here it really happened, right? We broke out, but it did not confirm, so it did not test up on this range. The whales dumped a huge load into OMI and really dropped it off a cliff, right? So this is like, yeah. Wild says, dang, for some reason I thought you had more. I own 50 million. My hopium is strong. I mean, for me, it's about portfolio. It's about portfolio percentage allocation. So if I see that my OMI allocation is going a little bit too low, right, I will just add 1 million more or so, right, here and there. But I have other coins, like one of my bigger bags is like bigger than Ecomi is VeChain. Bitcoin is 50% of my portfolio, and there are many people that don't own any Bitcoin, right? If I would roll my Bitcoin into Ecomi, yeah, I could buy, let's say, double-digit millions with it. So I could do that, but I'm not going to, and maybe I will regret it. But for me, it's just that I have a long-term play in my portfolio. Then I have some altcoins that will help me to increase this long-term play, right? Yeah, Energy says he's sitting on 44. My allocation is way too high on Veve. Yeah, this is also a part of that, Vils. I may only have the 4.2 million, but I have a I have a $12,000 vault on Veve, right? And we will see how it plays out. I was always like if you go back in the history of my channel, I was always bullish on Veve, and always a little bit skeptical about Ecomi. So this explains why my allocation is like 6 times higher in Veve than in Will says VeChain is a great project. I 100% agree. I think it's very strong, and we already see signs that the RWA real world asset tokenization topic is going to be a topic of this bull run. So that is very good. But overall, we will look for signs of a reversal here, and once these signs are looking better, I think then maybe I will add another million or so on Ecomi. We will see. But also I'm still saving up for a Grail. So for a Grail on Veve. So the gem stack there is getting to 100 now. Gem stack is getting to 100. I'm saving up for a Grail. Let's see where. So for example, one thing that I'm looking at is, I mean, it doesn't have to be that, but we can look at it quickly. It's Journey into Mystery. I don't know why, but I like the Journey into Mystery stuff. I have the 85. So this one is sitting at 700. So that means I only need to 7x this gem bag. So I have 100 gems saved up. I only need to get to next step, we need to get to 150 and so on, just work our way in that direction. But someone really stacked this, so this was not here before. Someone has 10 of these now. So this whale that was not here before. Someone has bought some of these. Maybe someone would dump them cheaper in the market or so. But we see that there is a little bit of a downtrend now here. That's actually the lowest point that I've ever seen. No, actually in the beginning it was also 700. So it's back to where it was in the beginning. That's interesting, right? But that's the only one. Marvel Comics #1 is also one that, I mean, that would take me longer to save up for, right? But it's at 2.3k and it's still going down. So this comic, you see this comic is going down. It is actually at all-time lows, so it's still going down. So it's valid to save up. It's valid to save up and then maybe get a Grail, right? But here also there's a huge stack, like that. There are people that like the top 3 whales, they have over 10 of these also. Energy says XRP, Illuvium, and VeChain are my other bets. What is the serious offer for the Flower Bomber Mint 88? Yeah, what would be a serious offer? I don't know. Is it Mint 88? Is it? Do you want to buy it or do you have that and are selling it? Is it the Chase variant, like the last mint? Yeah, yes, Illuvium. Yeah, absolutely. Illuvium, I think, could do very well when the blockchain gaming whole thing is coming back. But let's look at Veve, because I saw some people that were saying like, oh, the vault, let me refresh just quickly. The vault valuation of Veve is going up. And I'm like, okay, let's take a look at what whales are stacking and doing, right? And we're going here on the VVX tracker from VeveFox. And we actually see that net accumulation of whales is at 2.5 thousand. So that's quite a bit. And we see that Bezoge Man, and maybe let me get the chat out of the way quickly. You see above my picture here that Bezoge Man has in the last week alone bought 2,000. Actually, this net accumulation, I don't quite get it, because it never adds up 100%. here with all the wallets, even with like considering sales and so on. But you see here the top 3 whales, they are all adding, top 4 whales even. And then there are a couple of other wallets that stack hundreds of collectibles. We really have to see this. I mean, wallet number 6 has just minted 130 from store, maybe chasing the Marvel Mighty and so on. Bezoge Man never mints. He just buys what he wants, right? He never gambles, it seems, or almost never. Whereas now we already have like 2 people that are, I don't know if this is Dr. Profit or this, number 4 or 5, but I remember the times when Dr. Profit was by far the biggest holder, and now we have people that have 20,000, 21,000, 53,000. So there are certainly whales that are getting in position, and usually this is not only like, I collect what I like. They share a certain vision on what is going to happen in the end of the cycle, probably, and they want to be ready to be able to sell also some things into the market at high prices when FOMO hits. 53 plus Veve collectibles, complete beast. Mark D, I cannot agree more. This guy is going completely nuts, and it's crazy, right? He doesn't sell, he just buys. It's absolutely insane. So we see here, like if we scroll through this list and you see it above my picture, we just see that there are a lot of people stacking, and actually there are not so many people selling. And there's a good chart here a good graphic from LBB, from Noldo. And he says, or he shows that Bezoge Man here, that he has a different time frame to look at. So he has different days. This is why Bezoge Man is even at 2.7 thousand just on the week. So if he continues this pace at low prices, he probably has a certain budget, and as prices drop lower, he just gets more for the certain budget that he puts in every week, right? And I always look what I imagine Bezoge Man is like. I imagine there is like this sheikh sitting in the corner, like doing his business, and then there is his little assistant, like his part-time job assistant, that only is like, he's sitting at the smartphone and scrolling the market, and Bezoge Man is sitting there and just like, buy 2 of this, or even not even that. It's like, scan the market, and then the assistant says, hey boss, hey my lord, there is a low mint of this and that, right? And then buy it. Maybe it's even a little monkey. That sits there and just buys at the collectibles. This is but imagine how long it takes to buy 2,727 collectibles. Like, this is a part-time job, at least. Maybe it's a full-time job. Maybe he hired a working student for it and have him study Veve, right? So this is what I imagine. I think there's someone employed to buy Veve collectibles. Not even joking, because I mean, let's say you are, this guy must be at least a multi-millionaire, right? Like multi-million, so really rich. And so that means like 2,000, we can make the calculation. So how long, with all the loading errors and so on, how long does it take to buy a collectible on Veve? So you click in, it doesn't load, you go out, you go in again, it loads, you click the collectible, you buy. Let's say it's 5 seconds, right? Okay. So then it's 13,000 seconds divided by 60, 227 minutes divided by 60. Yeah, you need 4 hours. If you need, and 5 seconds is probably not even enough, because you have to load up money, and have to load up gems and whatnot. Okay, so let's just say maybe it takes 4 hours, maybe it takes 5 hours, right? So if you are like a business owner, multi-million, maybe billion, you don't want to spend 5 hours every day to buy your collectibles. So it's not even a theory anymore. This guy has someone who buys for him, 100%. There is no way around it. So officially confirmed, with this type of collectibles and without minting from the store, because minting is faster probably, not even because the green truck and so on. But this is not a daily purchase. So I calculated how many hours. So it's an hour a day. It's an hour a day. This is I somehow calculated this as a daily, but it's actually a weekly effort. Okay, so it's an hour. So technically you could do it on your own. But even an hour, like think about an Elon Musk. Let's just say Bezoge man is Elon Musk, right? Do you think Elon Musk wants to spend an hour a day to buy collectibles? I don't think so. Anyways, it's almost like Bezoge man is just providing market liquidity. Tinfoil hat on. I think it's David. I think that would not be viable, right? That would not be a viable approach, because you dilute the market on one side and you basically give free dilution by selling the Veve comics. And then you have to buy them on the other side again to provide market liquidity. I think that would not work. I don't know if this theory. Let's think this through. I mean, I want to take it seriously. Is it possible? But why would also this name Bezoge man? I mean, we know that there is an NFT project Bezoges and that this guy is an ETH whale. Or that there is a lot of ETH at least involved in this Bezoges. So that already doesn't add up. I had this the wallet. There was a way to get this wallet address copied, right? How can I? Yeah, we have to look at Immutascan to see the stuff that he buys, but. Would it, like, I mean, that would mean you buy like you take the drop money and you funnel it into this account. That's actually market manipulation, and you probably, if you get an audit or whatever, like financial control, you probably will be fined for market manipulation if this wallet is yours, right? And you funnel money into that. And then also you have to think, here's the best argument against it. So let's just say they have to pay taxes, right? So on every money that they make, they have to pay taxes, like store purchase and also on the fees that they get from secondary. So you take money from store purchase, you pay taxes, you funnel it into another wallet, you buy collectibles on secondary, which means that this money goes to a user that can cash out, and on the fees that are left over, you pay taxes. So that makes no sense at all, because you would put your profits to someone else, like you're buying from the user. He does not buy from the store, right? If this wallet would be buying from the store, it would be left pocket, right? Minus taxes. But he's buying from other users. So providing that liquidity means that you provide money to the flippers that then can cash out, and you're sitting on collectibles. So that doesn't make sense. I think that's not the case. It doesn't make sense at all. Troy Paris says, I keep thinking Bezoge man is Jeff Bezos. I mean, that would be crazy, right? But and then this, if Bezoge man was Jeff Bezos, and he's looking at Twitter and he's like, what the fuck, next Amazon, I have to buy. Next digital collectible Amazon, I have to buy this. But I could imagine that it is a wealthy individual that is just bullish on this whole thing, on this whole space, right? It would be David personally supporting his own project. He's making enough to do it comfortably. It's kind of like a stock buyback. so not unheard of. Legally, if it's his personal account using his personal already tax income, I think it's legal. But yeah, you could argue, but he would still throw exit liquidity, and at this, why would he then, if this is the case, why would he lower the gem cash out limit, right? Why would you lower the cash out limit so that people can take this money, this liquidity that you provide to cash out? But Patrick Bultman says it looks like Bezogeman is a Dutch name. What I can translate here. Okay. So is it it's like swearing? Is it swearing? Like is it something? Is it something ugly, or I don't know? Is it something like adult content or whatever? I don't know. I think. I mean, the theory, we cannot prove or disprove this theory that Big A puts out here. We can only observe. But it also would mean that this wallet would then start diluting the moment that the prices go up to make that money back, right? And, I mean, if David wanted to put a little bit of buy pressure in, he himself can buy under his name also and say, hey, look, I'm bullish on my own collectibles. I will buy 1 or 2 of each. There we go, right? Oh yeah, it's sexual content. Okay, yeah, okay, maybe that's the case, and then yeah, it would be even more weird that they give this name to it. But maybe they, like a 5-head move 3D chess is that they want us to think that way. Which address did you want to take a look at? I can get it, this one here, but I cannot copy it out from Bezogeman. I think Nico, you were able to get it before, right? But I cannot open the column so that I can just copy the address. I think we can, because then, I think you cannot copy the address into the chat, right? Because maybe you have to put, because YouTube blocks it, right? I think there was something like that. I think we had some kind of a move to put that on Twitter to get this address out, or I have to copy and just write the rest. Maybe it's saved here still. Can I see it here? No, there's no drop down for it, so I can only copy the first part of it, and then you have like, yeah, pasted. It should show above. It doesn't show, I think. Let me see. Let me open the chat in the web browser. Let me open the chat. Yeah, it doesn't. YouTube blocks the stuff, so you cannot paste your wallet address in, or wallet addresses in YouTube. That sucks. Let me do one thing quickly. Let me just digitize, write the rest of it. 5 to 7. Let me see. While we do that, guys, let me know if you think. Let me know in the chat if you think that Bezogeman is David himself. Do you think that? So what's the B? No, it's actually D. Oh, that works. D917F. And F 140338733C7C. Let's see if that works. So I think I wrote it here on Mac. You can shift right click and click inspect. Oh, okay. I will have to do that later, but let's see if that works here. Let's see if I wrote everything correct here. It didn't. I want to see this address. Let's put this in here. That it loads, but let's see. Okay, there we go. That should be the address. No, there is nothing. Let me see if I made a mistake here. Okay. Let me verify this, guys. We will, and then I will save it somewhere so that we can always inspect the Bezoge man. 0x MB 58 25 CF 825 CF 55. Oh, that there is the error. CF5. I copied everything. There it is. Yeah, Felipe says, don't think so. On CryptoXR, he said he isn't. Even if it would be legal, it would be a big lie. Yeah. So now it should be correct. Now it should be correct. I double copied this in here. Let me see. It still doesn't open up the token ID. Do we have to go to let me see. I have to scan VV. No, there we go. Yeah, remove the 0x at the beginning and paste it again. Does it show? No, it doesn't. It doesn't show. I don't know. This sucks really. Like YouTube is really really trying to get on our nerves. Is that the correct address? No, this is the Veve address, right? It doesn't show how, for whatever reason. I will get this later. I can only look when I shift right click. It doesn't do anything here. So anyways, yeah. I hope it isn't. I can't imagine it will do Omi on Veve any favors price wise. I tend to really, in this case, I don't think it's him. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But it would be cool if whoever is Bezogeman would reveal himself at some point, maybe at 100,000 collectibles or so. Who knows? And Bezogeman, if you see this for whatever reason, then please get in touch with me. I really want to have you on the channel and talk about this mega stack. Okay? Now, if David appears on the channel, we have the confirmation. No, but I don't think it's him. Yeah, anyways, I don't know why this doesn't work at the moment. I am not smart enough to copy and write everything correctly. I will prove this later. Probably I will see a big mistake later where I just had one number too much, but this sucks. This should be that I can just copy the address here. It would be cool if it shows the full address. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so Veve, last thing here. Veve is, and by the way, guys, smash up the like button, please. We have 30 people in here. I really enjoy these morning coffees with you guys. And now let's look at the alien drop. So the alien drop is out. It looks pretty, it looks very good. I mean, here we see it. The details of this seem to be pretty good. It's sub 1,000. It's sub 2,000. And it's a 50 gem price point. I'm not sure if it will. I think it will sell out. It's only one version. It's animated, and this is one of, like, for many people, this is a favorite movie character. Yeah. So by the way, Andre Omegek is also here. Says hello Omis. I don't think so. Very good, very good. Big A said, what type of stuff is Bezogeman buying? Is it just general small stuff or higher and collectible blue chip? He also buys blue chips and grails. He buys both. Like he stacks. He's more like he's sweeping floors of all types of collectibles. But then also he bought, for example, a couple of months ago, he bought the Ghostbusters logo, and he completed sets, and he bought an Aston Martin. I think he bought one of he bought one of the super rare Aston Martins, if I'm not mistaken. He also bought he bought Grail comics. So he bought a lot of comics. Like, he's super bullish on comics, it seems. He buys way more comics than normal collectibles. In the beginning, he only bought comics. And then he also started to complete some sets. So when, for example, when the Peter Pan dropped, he completed that set right away. And then he bought a little bit more. Like, he has 2 or 3 sets of those. So I don't know, maybe he's also going like for MCP on the side, because only stacking probably doesn't work. But going back to Omi, like Trucking Hank said before that, like Mr. MC1 said on a stream, that he has access to Omi to NFT for testing reasons, but he couldn't elaborate on it. Omi to NFT. So one more way to shake out the paper handset energy here. I'm reading through what you guys discussed there. Yeah. So I think that would be very, very bullish if I get it, and or if I get it, if we get it, I would like to have that as well, like Omi to NFT, just to try it out. I still have to move some Omi over. The problem with this is it needs to be easier to access the Omi to use, right? So you cannot expect the normal retail user that has some collectibles and plays in AR with his kids to buy Omi and then bridge it, put it into the wallet, and then buy with that. Like that's not all of it, right? So Omi to NFT out of the wallet, it also needs to be easy to get into the wallet. Yeah. Anyways, I think this collectible drop that looks really good. I think we should be happy that we have all these big brands and drops on the app, and then we will see how it plays out in the future. But for today, guys, that's it. We are so back. We're really, really back here for Bitcoin and crypto. We will have a good time. Guys, thanks for being here discussing with us. Thanks for the theory, Big A, and everyone who commented on it. Is David Yu Bezoge, man? I think not. Maybe it is. We will see. This will come up way more, I think. Anyways, guys, make sure drop the like on this stream. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Notifications on, and wherever you